Good morning. Welcome to today's teen yoga class, everyone. My name is Sara. I hope that you're all doing very well and your families are all well and safe. All you need for today is a yoga mat if you've got one, some cushions, or if you have got a yoga block or brick, one of these. This will be really helpful today as well. If you haven't got that, cushions are fine, or you can roll up a blanket or a towel. It's just to give you something to support your weight on for one of the postures we're going to do a little bit later on. So today's practice is going to be about half an hour as always, and we're going to be thinking about hip opening today. We hold a lot of tension in our hips, a lot of emotions in our hips, so we're going to look at ways that we can release those and perhaps help ourselves to just feel a little bit more grounded and a little bit looser and a little bit better. So first of all, if you've got socks on, just pop those off now so you don't go sliding about, and then when you're ready, come and join me in a seated position. So whatever seated position feels right for you is absolutely fine. I'm just in a simple cross-legged pose here, but you can have your legs in front. You can have them straight out in front of you, hugged into your chest, however feels comfortable for you. And when you're ready, if you just allow your eyes to close, we're just going to take a few moments here to tune into ourselves and see what's going on inside today. So just with the spine stretching long, shoulders dropping away from the ears, allowing the eyes to close. And just notice what's going on inside today. Seeing if you're feeling maybe a little bit tense, tired. I'm sleepy today. See if you're feeling perfectly calm. If you're excited, maybe you've got a bit too much energy today. Whatever's going on inside, just take a moment to notice that now. Without judgment, just accepting. We're going to begin today's session as we always do with 3 rounds of Brahmari breath. So when you're ready, spine growing long, inhaling through the nose and exhaling out through the mouth with a humming sound. And again, inhaling through the nose and exhaling with that humming breath. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Wonderful. And as you're ready, allow the eyes to open once more. Ready to begin moving and getting into today's practice. So very quickly, we're just going to warm up the wrists, locking the hands together. Literally, just want you to bring some flexion into your wrists. Just because we're going to do a couple of downward dogs today, and if you're not used to doing work on your wrists, it can make them a little bit sore afterwards. So turning the palms of the hands forward, dropping the head down, just stretching through the upper back. And then coming back to neutral spine, turning the hands over, pushing them up to the ceiling, looking up to the hands. And then letting everything go. Okay, so we're going to come onto our hands and knees, just to do a couple of rounds of cat-cow today. So inhaling, belly goes down, head comes up into cow. Exhaling, dropping the head down, pushing the shoulders away, coming into cat. Inhaling, filling the belly up, head comes up into cow. Exhaling, dropping the head down, pushing the shoulders away as you come up into cat. Inhaling, filling the belly, head comes up to cow. And then last time, dropping the head down, pushing the shoulders away as we come into cat. And then releasing everything back into a neutral spine. Just coming forward ever so slightly. Turn the toes under, and with an exhale, sending the hips back and away into your first downward facing dog of the day. So as always, if you need a slight bend in your knees here, feel free. If not, you can go for straight legs. You can even just bend and straighten the knees alternately, which can help just to loosen your hamstrings and give you a little bit more access to the floor. So just taking one more breath here. And then I want you to look forward between your hands and then step through with the left leg. So left leg, right leg. With an inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale down through heart centre. So we're not going to do sun salutations as such today, but we're going to do something slightly similar. So as we inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, folding down. Step back first with your left leg, then your right leg into a plank. Holding here. The next exhalation, lowering down through chaturanga, inhaling to up dog. Roll the toes back into downward facing dog and just pause here for a moment. And then when you inhale, sweep the left leg up, and I want you to see if you can bend the knee, and you're going to try and open the hips. So you're going to turn that left hip up towards the ceiling. And the left foot is coming over to the right side. So we're opening the hip here. Just for a breath or two. And then coming back to squared away three-legged dog. Straightening up that left leg. Stepping through between the hands. Drop the right knee down and coming into lunge. So we're in a nice low lunge here. Just giving yourself a moment to release the hips. And then on an inhale, step that right leg through to join the left leg. Exhale, fold down so that your hands are flat on the floor. Or if you can't reach the floor here, you can take hold of elbows on the opposite side, just so that we're releasing the upper body. And then as you inhale, float the arms all the way up, exhale down through heart centre. So we're kind of doing a bit of an adapted sun salutation here. So when you're ready, inhaling, sweep the arms up, fold down, step through right leg, left leg, into our plank, lowering on the exhalation, inhaling to up dog, roll the toes, push back to downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg up this time and open that hip. So it's opening the hip to the ceiling with the knee bent and the right foot coming over to the left side. Taking a breath or two here if you can manage it. It's quite tricky. Coming back to squared away hips. Straighten up that right leg and inhale, step through into your lunge. Releasing the left knee down to the floor, untucking the toe. Taking a breath or two here. And then when you're ready, on the next inhale, stepping through with the left leg and then doing either flat hands or dangling, holding onto your elbows, just to release that upper body. Taking a couple of inhales here, your own time. And when you're ready, sweeping the arms up, down through heart centre. Okay? Inhaling, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold down. Step the left leg back into plank. Hold your plank for just a moment. Release on an exhale. Inhale, pushing through to up dog. Exhale, rolling the toes, pushing back to downwards facing dog. With an inhale, sweep the left leg up, and this time we're going to step straight through, but we're going into high lunge, so that right knee is staying off of the mat, and we're going to see if we can release the hands from the mat and join them above our heads into this high lunge. Just holding for a couple of breaths if you can, and then release the hands down. Step through with your right leg, coming into a nice relaxing dangle or hands flat on the mat, whichever you prefer, just to release the upper body. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale down through heart center. So we're going to do the same on the right side now. Inhaling, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold down. Step that right leg back into a nice high plank. See if you can just hold your plank for a breath or two. So we're just going to build a little bit of strength here as well today. And on the exhale, lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, roll the toes, downward facing dog. Just holding here for a moment. With an inhale, sweep the right leg up this time. Step straight through between the hands if you can. If not, use your hands to help assist your foot forward. Keeping that left knee off of the mat if we can. And then coming up to our high lunge. And see if you can notice if you find this side easier or harder than the left side. And then when you're ready, releasing down, stepping through with the left leg. And again, just holding elbows or reaching down towards the floor to release the upper body. So nice deep forward fold here. Taking a couple of breaths. Inhaling, sweep the arms up. Exhale down through heart center. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a flow going on here, but we're going to mix it up a little bit with the next few postures. So inhaling, arms come up. Exhale, folding down, step back, left foot, right foot. Coming into our plank, seeing if we can hold that just for a moment to build some strength. Exhaling, lowering down. Inhaling to our up dog. Exhaling, rolling the toes, pushing back to downward facing dog. Taking a breath here. With an inhale, sweep the left leg up. Stepping through between the hands, drop the right knee down. And then this time, we're going to take the hands onto the inside of the left leg. So my left hand is coming inside my left leg. And we're just going to hold here for a moment. And then if we can, we're going to see if we can lower down onto our elbows. So we're really deepening the stretch here and we're beginning to work into the hips. To lizard pose. Seeing if we can get down to our elbows. If you can't manage your elbows, just staying up on the hands. And then when you're ready, bringing the left hand back to the outside of the left foot, untucking the right toe, stepping through. Taking a moment to release the upper body, so dangling or hands flat on the mat. Inhaling, sweep the arms up, exhale down through heart center. So we're going to do the same on the right side now. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Fold down, step back into plank. Holding our plank for a moment or two. Exhaling, lower down. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, roll the toes, push back to downward facing dog. Taking just a breath here. With an inhale, sweep the right leg up, step through, drop the left knee down. You'll be able to see a bit better this time if you missed it on the last one. We're going to take the right hand to the inside of the right leg. We're just going to stay here for a moment. Just giving the hips a moment to open and to feel the stretch. And then if we can, we're going to come down onto our elbows. Okay? We're going to come down onto our elbows from this point. If we can't, we can stay up on the hands. And then when you're ready, framing that right foot again, stepping through with the left, giving yourself a moment just to release the upper body, just dangling here. And then inhaling, sweep the arms up, exhaling down through heart center. Okay, for the next round, you're going to want your block or your cushions, okay? So I'm going to get my block at the ready. I'm just going to put it at the front of my mat where I can get hold of it. If you haven't got a block, cushion's fine, rolled up blanket, anything just to give you a bit of padding and a bit of support from the floor. So inhaling, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold through, step back left foot, right foot, coming into our plank. Holding for just a moment. On an exhale, lowering down. Inhaling to up dog, rolling the toes, pushing back to our downward facing dog. Taking a breath here. Inhale, sweep the left foot up. Step through like we did in the last posture, drop the right knee down. Then I want you to take your block or your blanket and just pop it underneath your left thigh. So you can see my left thigh's here, my block or brick is here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that leg and I'm going to settle my thigh onto the block. So my knee on my shin, is now at a right angle with my knee, and the flat of my foot is sort of facing towards the camera. So what I've done is almost like a half cross-legged pose. And so here we're in pigeon, which is a really good hip opening pose. If you're already quite flexible and quite open, you may not need the block or the cushion. But if you've not come into this posture before, then I really advise that you have it. Okay, and taking our weight onto our hands, tuck the right toe under and just lift up. You'll be able to step back through into your lunge. Bring the right leg through to join the left leg. Just take your block out of the way. Dangling halfway again, release that upper body. With an inhale, sweep the arms up, exhale down through heart center. So we're going to do the same on the other side, okay? So inhaling, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold down. Step back into your plank. Hold it for a moment. Exhale, lowering down. Inhaling to your up dog. Exhale, roll the toes, push back to downward facing dog and stay here for a moment or two. With an inhale, sweep the right leg up. Step through, drop the left knee down like we did before into our lunge. Bring your block or your cushion underneath your right thigh and then turn the leg so that the outside of the right thigh is settling on your support. And take some of the weight onto your hands so that we just get a nice hip opener here in pigeon. So be very careful if you've got any IT band issues or sort of injuries around the knees, so always paying attention to your own body and seeing what feels good for you. Okay, and then when you're ready, taking the weight onto your hands, tucking your left toe back under, lifting up so that you're back into your lunge. Move your block, step through and release the upper body with a dangle. Nice forward fold. And then inhaling, sweep the arms up. Exhaling down through heart center. Okay, wonderful. Now we're going to make our way down onto the mat. And we're going to finish today in butterfly pose. So we're coming down onto our bottoms and we are sliding the feet forward and away from us. So the soles of the feet together. And if you want to know how close your feet should be to your groin, to your body, you can just put your hands one stacked on top of the other, and you should have roughly 2 hand spans, and that gives you a good measure of where your feet should be. If your legs are kind of floating in space a little bit like mine, see how they feel. If they're really uncomfortable, you can get your bricks or your cushions and just pop them under the knees, or you can just leave them big, but just paying attention to how they feel, how your body feels in this position. I want you to just grow the spine long, allow the shoulders to sink away from the ears. while we're here, we're just going to give ourselves a cheeky little foot massage. We did this in one of the other classes, but it's nice if we're going to stay in a posture just for a little while, just to give our hips a chance to open. It can be nice just to give ourselves a little treat. So using your thumbs, just working the soles of your feet and around the ankle. And if you want, you can even move up the insides of your lower legs. So just giving yourself a little bit of TLC whilst we're allowing this hip opener to do its work. And what you can do here, if you want to, is you can begin to fold forward. Okay, so you can begin to bring the body down towards the feet. Now, forward folds are great. They're really, really calming. They're really good for your parasympathetic nervous system. So if you're feeling anxious, forward folds are wonderful things. If you have got lower back issues, like I have, then forward folds don't always feel quite so good. So you can either stay upright or you can even fold backwards. So you're coming onto the elbows or all the way back. But just to have a play around and see what feels good for you in this posture. So just taking a couple more breaths here. Giving yourself this little foot massage. Taking a moment to appreciate your feet. And then if you're folded forward, just gently making your way back up. If you're folding backwards, you can stay where you are. So we're going to make our way down onto our backs. So from butterfly, if you bring your knees together, feet flat on the mat, and then gently rolling the spine down to the floor. I'm going to slide slightly forward so that you can see. And then I'd like you to hug your knees into your chest and just take a moment to rock from side to side. Massage the lower back. Coming to a stop in the centre. With your hands on your knees, you can just gently make some hip circles. So moving first to the right. Just drawing circles with your hips. Pause, go back the other way. Circling to the left. Just releasing the lower back. And then to really confuse yourself, see if you can draw a figure of 8. Round to the right. And then back round to the left. Trickier than it sounds. Okay, see if you can do a figure of 8. Round to the right, back round to the left. And then when you finished it, coming to rest in the centre. So I'd like to release your left leg down. I might have to do some shuffling here because I've not got a lot of room. And keep your right knee hugged into your chest. Just taking a moment here. And then I'd like you to stretch your right leg up, turning the sole of the foot towards the ceiling, and then taking hold either of your back of your thigh, back of your shin, or even if you can reach them, you can go for your big toes. But whatever you're grabbing, make sure that your upper back is flat on the floor. So I don't want to see people curved up like this. It'll be nice and flat on the floor. So taking hold of the back of the right leg, pushing the sole towards the ceiling, and just gently with your arms easing the leg towards the body. So we're just doing a bit of a hamstring stretch here as well. So we've opened our hips. I'm just going to make sure that our hamstrings are happy as well. So you want to be kind of pushing through the heel in the stretch, and you'll find that it's stronger. And then when you're ready, letting everything go. Extend the body long, arms go overhead, just take a full body stretch. And then drawing the left knee into the chest, we're going to do the same thing. So just taking a moment here, give that knee a hug. Seeing if we can notice any achy feelings into our hips. And then turning the sole of the foot towards the ceiling again, taking hold of the thigh, the shin, the big toe, the calf, the big toe, wherever you can access. And again, pushing through that heel, really seeing if we can give our hamstrings a nice stretch here. Done the hips, so we're going to do our hamstrings as well, because quite often tight hips are the result of tight hamstrings, especially if you've been doing things like squats or squats with weights, sitting at desks, just generally a lot of sitting can leave us with really tight hamstrings. So just pushing through that heel and then releasing everything down, taking a full body stretch. Arms go overhead, really stretching the body long. Take a big breath in through the nose and sigh all the air out through the mouth. One more time, breathe in through the nose. Hold for a moment if you want to before sighing all the air out. Last time, this time really see if you can expand that belly and the chest. So really breathing in through the nose and sighing all that air back out. And then from here, we're going to move into the final resting posture. So you can be in Shavasana. So all you've got to do here is just open the legs slightly, bring the hands down by your sides, palms facing up if you feel like you need to receive a little bit more energy this morning, palms facing down if you feel like you just want to chill out a little bit. You can go into a supported shoulder stand, so you can pop your feet up on the wall, either with bent knees like this, or straight up against the wall, or even you could be laying on your belly and pillowing your head with your hands, so your forehead coming down to your hands. Whatever feels comfortable for you this morning. If you make your way into your final resting posture now, and when you're ready, just allowing the eyes to close. Taking a few moments just to tune into your body. I'd just like you to notice the body supported by the floor today. We're not going to do a body scan. We're just going to notice the contact between the body and the floor. We're going to notice all the parts of the body that make contact with the floor. And we're going to feel supported today. Supported and held by the earth. Really feeling the point of contact between the body and the floor. Feeling the support, the nurture of the earth beneath us. And resting. Resting in that support. Knowing that here, in this moment, we are safe, supported, and secure. And just resting here. And then when you're ready, rolling over onto your side, either the left or the right, always the left if you have low blood pressure or if you're pregnant. And just pausing here a moment. Before making your way up to a comfortable seated position. Allowing the spine to grow long. The eyes can be closed or open, whichever you prefer. Taking a big breath in here. We're just going to finish with a gentle om. As we inhale, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace for yourself, peace for those around you, peace for the entire world. When you're ready, you can allow the eyelids to open and come back to your everyday life. Thanks for joining me today, everyone. Namaste. And so, our self-care tips and our Zen challenge. We're going to do the Zen challenge first today. So, I have got on my leggings today, I'm going to show you. And they have got a nice hole in here, can you see? So I thought that the Zen challenge for this week, which could be really nice, is to see if you've got anything in your household that you can mend and make like new. So instead of throwing things away and buying new, whatever it is, new leggings, new t-shirts, see if we can mend them, see if we can make our clothes, our, I don't know, pens, pencils, whatever you've got, see if it needs mending, if you can mend it. See if you can find two things that are maybe slightly broken and put them together and make something new. So that's your Zen challenge for this week. And my self-care tip for you is to make sure that you are giving yourself sufficient rest. And when I say rest, I don't mean sitting around watching Netflix, I mean actual rest. So make sure that you are taking care of your sleep hygiene. If you're struggling to sleep at the moment, a good tip can be to eat a banana before bed, because they contain lots of feel-good chemicals that actually relax the muscles and encourage the brain and the body to go to sleep. Or you could make sure you're cutting down your screen time before you go to bed, make sure you're not looking at phones, computers, all that sort of thing. So even though we're not doing a lot at the moment, we may not be resting as much as we should be. So that's my self-care tip for this week. Thank you so much for joining me, and take care, and I look forward to seeing you again next Friday. Namaste. Bye.